people wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. When I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenally. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man the fellows stand or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it's the fire in my eyes, the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist, the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenally. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say, it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breasts, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenally. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say it's in the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palms of my hands, the need for my care. Because I'm a woman, phenomenally, phenomenal woman. All you women and me.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to rebrandUS. Thanks for tuning in with us tonight. Every Wednesday night is special for the rebrandUS crew, but tonight is very special and near and dear to my heart. As we discuss the Black woman. In my personal opinion, we are the most unprotected, unrecognized, and uncelebrated creature in history. Well, that all ends tonight as we discuss some of our losses, our challenges, and our victories tonight on rebrandUS. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Anthony.
What's happening? How you doing?
Welcome, the Ace.
What's up, world?
And last but not least, my longtime friend and beautiful smile having Miss Kaylene Ward Guillory.
Hey y'all! Hey.
What's up?
I don't know. What do we do? I don't know.
Whoop, whoop. Spirit fingers.
Well, welcome everybody. We thank everybody for joining us tonight. We're going to have a great show, like Kim said. Hopefully, you all got to tune in and see a moment of one of my absolute favorites, Maya Angelou. My God, for a man, I'm a huge fan. But tonight, we're going to dedicate the show to you. We're going to dedicate it to the Black women out there and women in general, but most importantly, the Black women. So tonight, we're going to really focus in and we're going to see how you guys feel, where you get your strength from. And we're going to be honest tonight. We're going to have fun. We're also going to get pretty serious. All right. So let's just jump right on in. Hey, Kaylene, we really appreciate you for being on the show tonight.
Yes.
Welcome.
So excited.
I'm excited.
We can tell. The energy level just rose. Sorry, Eric. He's been replaced tonight. All right. So I'm going to just jump right on in. I'm going to ask a deep question. Where is the Black woman's respect? Kim.
I think the respect, it starts within ourselves. I think we have to respect ourselves if we want someone else to respect us. Respect is also earned, so like I said, it starts within ourselves. And I think it's out there. I think that a lot of women are very well respected. But it kind of gets discouraging when you see when people aren't or they don't respect themselves.
All right. So my main man, Ty Host, he said, hey, Kaylene, that is one heaven of a smile. He liking it. Yeah. Hey, look here. I'm going to explain where that question comes from as we continue to talk. And Kaylene, I'll give you a chance to answer that as well. All right. So in my 44 years of living, I've seen gay men, Black gay men, white gay men, Asian gay men, Mexican gay men, when they get their gay life or whatever, and this again is not me bashing gay men. You know who they act like? They act like black women, right? You have black women who raised our presidents, had children by presidents. Black women were midwives, and then I know y'all. Excuse me. So Dave Chappelle, he stated that it's funny that Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner, whatever, he was voted a couple years ago the Woman of the Year. Never had a menstrual cycle, never had any of the issues that a woman actually has, but he became Woman of the Year over a black woman. So Kaylene, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you the same question. Where do you get yours? Where is the black woman's respect?
Child, honey, it got lost somewhere. I'm not really sure where, but it got lost somewhere. But I think, as Kim said, it does start within us. And if we're not respecting ourselves, I pride myself on being a respectful, upstanding role model type of woman to younger black women, right? I have a daughter that looks up to me, right? So
right.
I think that it kind of comes with us, but I think that some of us have lost that in wanting to be seen and wanting to show like we got to know that we're more than our hind parts. We got to know that, right? And so I think we've just been lost in what social media says is okay. I think, and it's not okay. You know, it's just not okay.
So there's some things that people say. Oftentimes, one of them being that black men say, well, I ain't marrying a black woman no more. If I get married, she got to be something else. How does that make y'all feel? What do we do about that?
Well, I think it's just some of these black men that some of these other nationalities they can have, you know. So, and I think it's somebody for everyone. You know, God will send you the person that is right for you. What are you laughing at?
You say some of these black men they can have. Go ahead, give me an example. Give me an example of one black man that they can have. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Kaylene, how does that make you feel when you see that a black man does? Now, you know, a black man who decides to date outside his race, fine, whatever. Black woman, any race, that's fine. But when they date somebody black and they make the statement, I am done with black women, right? Why do all black women have to take the brunt of that pain from, you know, because of that one situation in which he could have been the problem?
And that's the thing. I think there's so much generalization that if you think just because one woman is what we consider ghetto, loud, ratchet, popping out, snapping necks and doing all that, that's not the representation of all of us. Some of us are educated. Some of us are well-spoken. Some of us are submissive. Some of us are very conservative. So when you generalize the black woman, that's kind of just, I think that's the woman that they are tired of and done with, is the woman, the hood rat. That's who they tired of, and that's not who we all are.
So Ace, I'm gonna let you answer that question, but there is a second part to that question. First, let's go to the audience. Ty Hosey, once again, where's the black female mentors? They're there, but in today's generation, they are pushed away by so many. But the older black grandmothers are still very relevant. That's a you know what? That's a point that we make quite often. Point being, we say this all the time, and I'll say it again tonight. But every race of people, every culture, everybody has the father as the leader of their community. But in the black culture in America, it's the grandmother, and then the mother, and then the father is somewhere third in that picture. So great point you make right there, Cedric Dean. Throw them ninjas in the trash. Say that. Ty Hosey said once again, the grandmother's over 50. So, Ace, the second part to that question, I'm gonna let you answer, even though you're not a woman.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Why do black women have to be so strong?
I think it's kind of like a deeply rooted passed down thing. I think I was listening to someone one day and they kind of broke that down, and I think one of the things is throughout time, it's kind of a protection thing. Unfortunately, the black woman was the only person that was able to save the black man, and unfortunately, that came from sometimes her having to protect him, whether it be submitting herself to master to keep him from killing the black man, having to be friendly with the police to keep them from killing the black man, And it's kind of one of those things where they had to be strong because they had to protect the black man from the world, because it was like the world was out to kill him, but the world would be kind of nice to her. She was nice to the world in a sense. So I think it comes from a sense of being that strength, even though, you see the black man as the strength and the pride, stuff like that. That woman is the one that had to be level-headed and had to, and hold things together. Then when you deal with other things as far as, mass incarceration and things like that, a lot of times the black woman was left the only one in the community to hold it down. You can see the hardest gangster smoking a blunt, got 2 pistols ready to go kill somebody, and they'll go so grandma's, hey, put them down, hey, Miss Johnson, and stuff like that. It's just that respect thing, because they had to be a lot of times when the black man couldn't.
Tahoe, the black race is the only race that is put in one pot and generalized when there are so many different shades and styles of black. We have black people and we have ninjas. We are not the same. Absolutely. This is so true. And then speak on it, Ace. Speak on it, Deborah McLeod. All right, so let's move along. Tonight we got a very special new segment that we're going to do. It we call a bit usually, but that's something we want to kind of tease to you for just a minute. A new segment. Kim, are you excited about it?
I am so excited. I'm so excited. It's my debut.
It's a debut. So coming up in just a little bit. But before we do that, let's go ahead and define what a matriarch is. Kim, what's a matriarch?
I think the matriarch is the female head of household. Like Ty was saying, the grandmother that was over 50. I think that she gets a lot of praise because she was present, and a lot of people, they crave that, they desire that grandmother, those qualities of that grandmother. But we also have to point out that grandfather was a hardworking man. That's the reason why he was not present. So that's the reason why she was there supportive, and she was named as the matriarch, and he the patriarch of the family, because they took care of everyone that succeeded them.
So before I'm gonna ask you the same question, Kaylene, but Bold, Brilliant, and Black, aka Leonard, says, is Kim debuting her poem tonight?
Mind your business, but stay tuned.
Stay tuned, she said. Matriarch, Kaylene, what is a matriarch?
Along the lines of what Kim said, she's definitely the person, the one that everybody looks up to, goes to. I know in my family, my great grandmama was raised over there. Your grandmama and them was over there back behind my grandmama house, right? And so, but these were literally these were matriarchs of families. My great grandmother, Miss Cutie, Miss Bradley, these were people in our community that we consider matriarchs. They are the ones that held it down for all of us, that reared us and brought us up to be the respectful people that we are. This is the one that makes sure that everything get done. Like that's her. That's who she is, right?
Yeah, you Miss Cutie. So you went back to my grandmother and my great grandmother.
Yeah, what?
Man, it just means that's something special. Here's the funny thing. Let me go ahead and say this to everybody. I have never met Kaylene before.
I know your mother,
but she know my family. That's cool. I like that. All right, so I'm getting ready.
And all your aunties and them, I know all of them. But yeah,
wait a minute now. So, Andy, you ain't the relative they keep hid in the back room.
Apparently, I am, and I didn't know it.
Okay.
I think so.
No, it is. It's Thanksgiving. They slide his tray to the door and stuff like that. Just leave him be.
That's him.
All right. Well, anyway, look here. We got a special new segment that we're going to do here in just a little bit. Kim is going to show you guys something new about who we are and what we're trying to do. We'll see you in just a little bit.
It's smart.
If you just think about it, everybody that has had a harm or a foul done to them has been paid some form of reparations. That's up for us.
It's informative.
Systemic racism is a form of racism that is embedded as normal practice within society or an organization.
is funny.
We were doing a march for equal rights for people in the adult industry with missing limbs.
Because
It's powerful.
that's the thing I feel our community is missing the most. We just don't take action. We're so skeptical of so many things that we wind up being the ones holding ourselves back.
It's rebrandUS.
All right, so I got a new promo, but it didn't load up. I'm gonna play it after Kim do her piece. Kim, it's on you.
So I wanted to, tonight is the debut of rebrandHER. Okay. rebrandHER actually came from me wanting to bring more to the podcast on Wednesday nights. And so my segment is rebrandHER, and it stands for Rebrand How Everyone Reforms. And so the meaning of it is just that we have to start and reflect on ourselves and start within ourselves. And then, of course, our light can shine out into the community. Whether we reach 100 to 100,000, that's just exactly what we want to do. I want to spotlight the Black woman for sure. I want to highlight her strengths. I want to accentuate the things that she's doing in the community. The fact that we are getting our educations. The fact that we are single mothers and we're not bitter and we don't have baggage, as Erykah Badu says. So, and that we're Christians and that we're mothers and that we are hardworking women and that we're educated and that we're funny and that we have different layers to us that we haven't been celebrated all throughout these years. We've been pushed to the back of the bus, basically. So that everyone else can shine. But I can tell that, recently we're coming to the forefront and we're taking over. I know we've been kind of taught that, we don't really need a man, but I'm here to tell you ladies, yes, we do. Yes, we do. God created Adam and Eve, and we're not created in this life to go through it alone. So I want to accentuate some of the things of the Black woman, and I want to accentuate our culture. I want us to elevate each other. Everyone that I bring on, I want us to have elevation as the common denominator. That way we can encourage one another, bring one another up, give us a shoulder to cry on if we need it. We also, I want to highlight our culture. I want to highlight our food, our fashion, our hair, our makeup, things that we're doing, our Black-owned businesses, like women who are creating businesses before the pandemic. Kaylene, she's the perfect epitome of what I'm talking about because she has her own business with paparazzi and she does really, really well. She's on 2 and 3 times. She's dedicated to it. She's true to it. So there are real Black women out here, and I want to elevate everyone and accentuate all of that. So every single Wednesday, my 5 minutes is going to be dedicated to bringing another Black woman up, teaching you our culture, telling you exactly what we think about things, and moving on with rebrandUS and making a difference in our communities.
All right, well, that's lovely, Kim. Hey, look, we're gonna get to learn a little bit more about Kaylene in just a little bit, but first, give us about a minute, and we're gonna come back. All right.
What are our superpowers? We are clothed in capes of many. Counselors, self-sufficient women, the epitome of strength.
It's more than just a podcast. It's a movement. And there's no us without her.
All right, we're back.
Small disclaimer. So this for everybody. What about the ugly Black women?
Well, hey, Somebody just put this on here, Ty Holsey. Ty, you know, I absolutely like this statement because I've said it many, many, many times. We're the most copied culture on the planet. We are relevant, and behind it all was and is a Black woman. I love it. Kaylene, my papa's sister. Let me see who said that. That's Deborah McLeod. Okay, well, right on, right on. Hey, look, I'm gonna take us to the next part of this question. We got in a little bit. We got Ace's Place coming up, and again, we're gonna get to learn a little bit more about Kaylene Ward. I don't know if she wants me to say her whole last name, but anyway, Hillary. You know, she got that big, beautiful smile. Everybody gonna be looking for her on Facebook. So, you know, where is the Black woman's respect? All right, that was the first question that we asked. Where do Black women get their strength? Now, this is the second question we're going to ask. Audience, you too can answer. Where do the Black woman get their strength, Ace?
Oh, everybody knows that. Planet Fitness. You know, after work, they got those different color dumbbells. And I get, you know, I think it's deeply rooted in love, honestly. I mean, that strength comes from just how bad she loves that family, how bad she loves that offspring. You know, you'll see a Black woman do more for her kids than anybody, any man of any color, any woman of any color. You know, when everybody's gave up on somebody, that Black woman will be standing right there. You know, be standing right there by that child. And when I say child, you know, it might be a 50, 60-year-old child, you know, and the Black woman is 90, but you'll see them standing right there, you know, 10 toes down through it all, whether it's, you know, just being hard-headed, drug addiction, crime, just, you know, lack of self-esteem, whatever it may be, you know, that strength pretty much just comes from love.
I think that Black women are so intelligent and they've seen so many things. So oftentimes what they have to do is they have to be the backbone of so many situations where in slavery times, for example, the Black man took a lot of beatings, but it had to be the Black woman to hold everything else down. So what she has to do is now rise up and become more. And she's already naturally intelligent. So, and I got something I'm going to say about that a little bit later on, but I think that, you know, she gets hers from history, and as time goes on and as it passes on, she becomes stronger and stronger. And that's why it's hard for weak, quote unquote, Black men to date the Black woman, because she's so strong and he's not had to be that strong. Kaylene, what do you think the Black woman gets her strength?
From my mamas. From my mamas. Like, I just, when you see that, and again, it goes back to that matriarch, when you see that essence of what a woman should be, right? What we are, what we strive to be. I think that's kind of where we draw our strength. We draw our strength from, for me personally, I'll say this personally, I draw my strength from my accomplishments. My greatest accomplishment is being a mama. That's like, that supersedes any accolade I could ever get, right? So being a mom, I'm super mama. That's how I feel. And I'm super mama. That's how I feel. You know, but you know, because I was a young mother, so right. I take pride in that. I take pride in the fact that I never put my children off on people. So I take, like, I get that strength from that. I get strength in helping. I get strength in nurturing. So yeah, but we get it from our mamas. That's where we get it from, because they showed us how to be strong.
What she been listening to? Juvenile, is it, Ace? Black women have.
Where'd you get this strength from?
Welcome, Christina. We want to welcome Christina to the show.
Christina.
Hello.
What's up, man?
Glad to have you.
Yes.
Tony Ward says Black women have been taught and learned that your strength comes from God. Thank you for that comment, Tommy. That's absolutely the correct.
Mama,
you know what?
Yes.
So, Christina, where do Black women get their strength from?
Oh my gosh. I feel like I agree with getting it from your mom. I feel like it's just passed down to us. I just feel like it's like innate in all of us to just be strong. I mean, like they say, you know, I mean, civilization comes from a Black woman. Like, we are like the beginning of everything. And I think our nurturing, like nature, everything about us that just like continues to breed strength in both men and women. It's just something that keeps like continuously grows in us. I think it's just in us, man. It's amazing. I think now with the internet and everything like that, connecting with so many Black women and connecting with so many people who share the same ideals and all that, from being completely different paths, different places around the world, and still having that same type of strength and intuitiveness and things like that. I just, it's nothing like it. So
what up, my fellow lumberjack, says Tahoe. Kim, it's on you.
I think our strength comes from the Most High, God Almighty, for sure. That's number one, because I know I've seen myself in situations to where I didn't have anyone physically to draw any strength from. And so whenever, like 8Ball and MJG said, when you drop to your knees and ask to be forgiven and pray for another way for you to be living, I'm telling you.
I feel like you were listening to that recently.
And
that ain't the gospel.
But I'm just saying, it comes from that. I got strength from my mother. My mother was a very strong Black woman. She's light-skinned, but she's strong. She just did whatever needed to be done without any question. She didn't wait on anybody else to do it. So I think that's what drives me as well. I can pull from my sister. My sister's a very strong Black woman. I can pull from my cousins. I can pull from a whole lot of different people in my family. And sometimes it's just what's running through your veins that keeps you going. And so I'm thankful for that. I get my strength from many places, for sure. But God Almighty is first. My family is second. And I pulled from people that I don't even know. People that, that have just crossed my path, that just came into the doctor's office, or that I've seen in the grocery store, that just needed a word, or felt comfortable enough to share their story, a part of their story with me. So whenever you see someone else keep going, you have no choice. And as a Black woman, we have no choice sometimes but to keep going and do what needs to be done. You go into survival mode and you do whatever you need to do.
So Ace, he's a little bit different. Of course, he's a man, but he also has 3 women living in his house. He has mother, he has all these things, aunts and all these things. Ace, what do you think the Black woman?
You kind of scared. You kind of scared me at first. I thought you talking about polygamy. I said, it's futuristic. That's my 5-year plan. Oh.
Boom, 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 boom.
Well, like I just answered this question earlier.
Well, yours should be short this time then.
Yeah, I just think it's rooted in love. You supposed to zoom the camera in when I said that.
Oh, do it again.
I think it's just rooted in love.
Okay.
We can't make this up.
No, we can't make this stuff up. So we're going to get to know a little bit more about Kaylene here in a little bit, a Black woman who has a Black business. That's some things that we really need to support, y'all. Black businesses. But before we get to that, according to datacenterkidscount.org, Black households are 64% single parents, and that's in 2019. And between 1940 and 1994, the proportion of Black children living in 2-parent families decreased by 33% points. Okay, so let's talk about the education of the Black woman. Actually, we got to go to a break here in just a little bit, but we're going to hold that question for just a minute. All right. Ace's Place coming up next.
RebrandUS is motivating, inspiring. It's a conversation that needs to be had. It's Adrian The Ace Stinson.
If you're not gonna help, don't hurt.
Eric Russell.
We need financial literacy. We also need to get over this level of fear that we have.
Anthony Goodson.
That my ancestors, whether they were slaves, innovators, or the first Blacks to do something, their lives had a purpose.
It's unique to any other podcast. It's Rebrand You, Rebrand Me. It's RebrandUS.
Ace's place. All right.
Wait, I need a longer intro. Now we gotta talk about this.
That's probably about as good as it's gonna get for Ace.
Jesus.
For a while. Everybody got a really long one. Wait till you see Eric's in a minute. What you got for us, Ace?
Oh well, today I try to keep up with the news and the media, TV and things like that. So I actually want to put my bid in right now for an Oscar winner. I think without a shadow of a doubt, no matter what else comes out right now, the Oscar definitely has to go to Mr. Kyle Rittenhouse.
I wish you would have told me about this before, because I would have pulled the video up.
Yeah, he basically, you can really tell he studied his character. I mean, he got into it. I mean, you know how sometimes people say they have to study and everything. You know, his portrayal of a scared little boy, like you can't make that up. That stuff like that. And one of the quotes from his performance, he actually said, I didn't want to have to kill anybody. I was being attacked. That's what his words. And I just think, and if you saw the movie, it's amazing because he was being attacked by getting his gun, driving like hours away to the people, getting dropped off, getting out with his gun, then going to the people. And he didn't want to have to kill anybody. This is him. You see right now, he's in the costumes are great. You're not gonna find better. The costume department. His hair, and here we go. Look, he's channeling. Look at him. Watch this. Look at the lip. Look at the lip. The quiver. Look at the quiver.
Oh God.
You can't make that up. I tell y'all what. If I get a chance to vote, if I get a ballot, he's definitely look at him. Come on, look how he draws you in right there. And I didn't want to do. Look, oh man, it's just that performance. You're not gonna beat that performance. That clean cut young man, and he's talking about. That's just amazing to me. Just you're not gonna. I mean, you got DiCaprio. We had rest in peace. We had Chadwick Boseman. We got Leonardo DiCaprio. We got Samuel L. Jackson. Kyle Rittenhouse getting the Oscar this year. Point blank.
We should have had a sponsor for that one.
Yeah, and that's just it. But no,
yes,
seriously,
that was good.
Look at America. You got the chance to do the right thing. You let Zimmerman go away. Zimmerman signing Skittles and stuff like that, and tea. Rittenhouse, he been partying. That suit is a long way from the fuck it t-shirt you had on, partying in the bars with and throwing up all your white supremacy signs. Like, we do have cameras and social media, so I hope all that stuff comes back. But that's a nice suit. Look like his mama took him to KNG. The same mama that took him to the protest with the AR-15. Look like she took him to KNG, got him tailored, got his suit back in 2 days, did a rush job on it. They got him nice in court. And
Songbird Jacqueline says definitely Oscar.
Oh yeah, she took him to pro cuts.
And Tony Ward, his mama ain't even got the belt yet. That's funny.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that. But America, you got a chance to get it right. I mean, I don't care what he's a great actor and everything. He deserves the Oscar. But you're looking at a killer. You're looking at a murderer. You're looking at a plan. He's even worse. Some people kill her. He meditate. He traveled hours to do what he did.
Yeah.
So America, every time you have a chance to show what show how you really feel, this is the opportunity right here. This man is a killer. So
Tony Goodson says guilty.
Yeah.
That's Ace's place. And Kyle, if you're out there, give me a call. I want to give you some pointers. You have to actually cry.
Tony Goodson says Lamerle Goodson was a strong black mother and a black woman. All right, let's get back to that for just a little bit. So the last question that I asked, I was talking about some statistics about where we have come over the last 60 years. Really, black women make up roughly 73% of college enrollment, according to the JBHE.com. That's the Journal of Black Education. First of all, my question going into the break was, let's talk about the black education of black women. I wanted to talk about that, but does going to an HBCU help or hurt us? Christina, let's go with Christina. the most educated individual on the show.
Come on, Christina.
And I didn't go to HBCU, still would like to go to one, but I think more than anything, it's helped. I mean, just from living here in Atlanta, I have a lot of friends who graduated from Spelman, and just to see that sisterhood and support that they have for each other. Not to say that I didn't have a similar experience even going to my school, but knowing that there are structures and things built around and in support of Black women is wonderful. So, that school, and there's several other, women HBCUs as well. And then, just HBCUs in general. I always see, living here in Georgia, of course, we have Clark, close to Florida, so FAMU, and like you can just tell those people, and they just really have a bond that's a little bit different from my experience at SFA, just a little bit. But I feel like if anything, it's been better from what I've seen around me.
Kaylene, what do you think? Does it give a real world experience when you go to an HBCU versus going to a traditional white college?
See, I've always been on the fence about it because, and maybe it's the society view of it, but top 10% at the HBCU is not really like the same as the top 10% at any other in a predominantly white college.
See, but this what makes
right. I don't know. It's just kind of like what has always been said. And granted, I'm not a person who went to anybody's college, but I just think even with my children, my daughter wanted to go to a HBCU, and I was like, well, the top 10% at HBCU is sometimes not considered. Not that it is not, it's probably better than, but it's not considered the same as the top 10% at a predominantly white college. It's just not.
But why is that? Why is
and I don't know what the society thing. I think I don't think that, but I don't necessarily believe it's truth. Because we work 10 times harder to be.
Oh yeah.
The playing field is still not equal, right? So I'm not gonna say I discouraged her from going to a HBCU. We kind of just went close, but I didn't discourage her, but I didn't encourage her either, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So I guess where I struggle with that is because, like we said, we don't know why society has placed that, but we do know why. White supremacy, and they have even when we had to figure it out and do stuff on our own and get have our own schools and colleges to go to, they still had to make us feel like we're still less than, and that's just never the case. And I feel like I said, I have met people who graduated from Harvard, all these tough schools. It's some dumb ass folks out here, excuse my friend, that have went to these schools, who have just checked their box, who had the money to go to this school and the resources that, I'm sorry, some people, like, people who didn't need to go to college are, running circles around these folks. So I think we ourselves have to start working, on that. And I think even with, given the change in how diversity matters when it comes to hiring people, they're looking at more HBCUs now. They're giving these schools and stuff more looks. I don't want us to ever discount that on the fact that Harvard has the money to promote their school more than another HBCU, and not to say that the talent is there. I mean, I have friends, even, guy friends, and even my ex graduated from Morehouse. Like, they have the people that are teaching there are just amazing, had amazing careers, and decided to bring that back to the school. And there's not like that at SFA. Anthony and I were just joking about somebody from school before. We didn't have those people who had these great careers that wanted to come back and teach. They lived in East Texas and probably went to that school, worked a couple of jobs, and was like, it's available, it's open, something like that, where I've seen like the growth in people and coming back and giving back to HBCUs, whether it's financially or just coming and offering like their expertise and skills too. So it's, I think that me growing up kind of was the same way, discouraged. I had a lot of friends that, went to Prairie View and TSU and things like that. And it was just like, Black school, is everybody going to recognize it? Is everything? That don't even matter. I live in Georgia now. Nobody knows where SFA is. Like a lot of people who know basketball, you know. So it's just wherever you go is wherever you go, and you have to just cultivate your own skills, talents, and experiences to bring to a job, career, or whatever business you want to open. We can't even rely on these schools. Like I said, just meeting people and working with people who went to all of these big name brand schools, and you're like, you're dumb, or you don't get it, or you don't have social skills. You just might be super smart and can add really good, but you can't work with me. So
right.
I can honestly say that. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say the importance of that question. We're talking about the where black women get their strength from. I'm calling it unapologetically black woman. And where do you get your strength? So we asked a question about the HBCUs, and I think it's an important question because at least when I was in college, and I haven't really even checked the statistics on it now, but black women were graduating college 11-1 to black men, right? But yet HBCUs are so important because I'm sure that 11-1 are at black women are at HBCUs trying to get their education. So now it's the culture. So once again, black women are stepping up and holding it down through the culture of HBCU. So I personally think it's very important. Wish I would have gone. Although I was in College Station for a couple of years, and then I went to SFA and thought I was at HBCU, but there's a lot of black people. Kim, what were you saying?
We were raised predominantly white. I mean,
yes.
You know, our high school was predominantly white. And I just wish that someone had promoted an HBCU to us, and we would have been more driven to go to an HBCU, because I can tell you right now that I could have used that culture in my life. You know, I am really envious of the culture whenever I see the fraternities and the sororities, whenever they step and everything. Shout out to my boy Ace. But
he going cocky with it. You see? What's up, everybody?
It's the brotherhood and it's the sisterhood that I feel like I missed out on. You know, I don't think it would have been a distraction. The culture, and I look at our band back in high school and how they were marching real stiff like this, and then I look at Grambling and how they just, you know, they busting it down. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that we weren't privy to, you know, and I wish that we had been, you know. And then when you go to an HBCU, I feel like you see more successful black people. You see more people that look like you and that came from the same background that you came from, getting their education and succeeding, being successful, owning their own businesses, and all of that. Even when I went to Atlanta, Christina, you know, they said it's like the black Wall Street down there, you know, because people are thriving down there. And that's something that I didn't see growing up. So just me personally, I should have gone to an HBCU.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, please share this page. We still have about 15 more minutes. We're having fun. Be sure to get your comment in. My good friend Janique Bird Mason, she said she's just like you. She got 2 or 3 names also. Growing up in a predominantly white area, I chose to attend an HBCU. I've been knowing Janique for years. I had lunch with Janique yesterday. I love Janique and did not know she went to an HBCU. I learned that there are certain things that you can only experience at an HBCU. See, if you'd asked me before I was a little bit deeper in my blackness, I would have been like, what, standing in those long lines while I'm registering online? Ty says, I think names hurt us more than HBCUs. When an employer sees your name, that has more weight than the school you attend, in my opinion. I think it's a good point, actually. Really good point. All right, so we're about to go to another quick break here in just a bit. But before we go, I'm going to give each person 30 seconds to tell us that one black woman in their life who has a special meaning to them. But it can't be your mother or your wife. And it can't be any family member. So do you want to do it now, or do y'all want to wait till we come back?
Give us a second to think.
Well, you should have said,
we put our mom and our family out there.
But see, everybody should know that we have been practicing this show for more than just today, so they should be prepared. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let them think about that for a little bit. When we come back, Kaylene gets to tell us a little bit more about what it is she does, and hopefully you all can support. We'll see y'all in a little bit.
RebrandUS. It's motivating, inspiring. It's a conversation that needs to be had. It's Adrian The Ace Stinson.
If you're not gonna help, don't hurt.
Eric Russell.
We need financial literacy. We also need to get over this level of fear that we have.
Anthony Goodson.
That my ancestors, whether they were slaves, innovators, or the first blacks to do something, their lives had a purpose.
It's unique to any other podcast. It's Rebrand You, Rebrand Me. It's rebrandUS.
Rebrand.
I think that definitely is foundation of for everything. Because if you don't have love or a passion for something, you're not going to fight towards it. My kids are very young still at this point, 4 and 2. However, teaching them to respect themselves, respecting each other. rebrandUS' mission basically is to help empower Black people to envision ourselves as better people.
All right, so Eric is not here today in his absence. We'll keep him in our prayers. I mean, not that anything's going on, but still, he's not here, so we'll pray for him. Right, yeah, Christina?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so y'all had, about a minute? I said 30 seconds. You had about a minute to figure out who that special someone is in your life. Maybe they're watching right now, and you can kick a shout out. 30 seconds, actually, to tell why they are that person. Should I go with our guest first, or should I go with Ace, the male?
It's a ladies show.
I knew he was gonna say
that. Ladies first.
Ladies first. Kim, go ahead. Well, you know what, Kim? I'm gonna let you close it off. Kaylene.
Why gotta be first?
Yeah, like
I
this
can't
is a
think of nobody that I'm
speech
not
class.
related to, because I'm related to some absolutely amazing Black women. Like,
I'll go.
Okay.
I know it's hard. We can't do family and friends.
right.
Well, I tell you what. Go ahead and do somebody that you're related to then.
Well, no,
Right.
now you got to change it up. Now I got
Well, see, the reason why I did that.
I just got to change it up.
The reason why I did that is because if you don't say your wife, then you got a whole problem and you're gonna blame it on me. I only really did it for you, Ace. But Kaylene, go ahead.
Outside of my mama, because she's an absolutely amazing person, I have this one cousin. I call her my favorite best cousin. She is like the best friend, the best cousin, the best mother, she the absolute best person. Her name is LaQuita Gilbert. Hey girl, hey. Like, absolutely an amazing woman. Like, she's a great role model. She's a great grandmama. She is absolutely amazing. Amazing.
Good. She stayed under 30 seconds.
All right.
Christina, it's on you.
My high school sociology teacher, Miss Turner, she was just one of my favorite people. She was so positive. I think my school was kind of mixed, but we didn't have a lot of Black teachers unless you were like a coach or something. And so she was very, very encouraging. She got along. I mean, all of the students loved her. She was a Delta. So that's why I pledged Delta. Like, she set like all of us down before we went to college. It was like telling us why we need to become Deltas, but just amazing person, amazing spirit. I saw not too long ago that she actually retired, and they were like sharing her stuff via Facebook. And it was just amazing to see that comments that people had left, because she had touched everybody, just as special, and made everybody feel, just as special over all of those years. So
very nice. Kim, I'm gonna let you go last, because you're gonna finish up with something else. Ace.
Now, I think Janet Jackson inspired me to just do it. As a youngin, I mean, just the energy she put in. Miss Reed, my sixth grade English teacher, rest her soul. She passed away not too long ago. But Miss Reed, she taught in Mark Twain Elementary School, and I just remember her just being this strong woman, and she used to keep us little bad boys in check. But also, the thing I love about Miss Reed, and I hope I'm on my 30 seconds, is she looked out for us outside and inside of school. She lived in the neighborhood with my aunt. I used to go to that school. And I mean, we used to go by her house on the weekend, and she would give us a little money to do certain things around the house. And I mean, she was just a all around great woman. And I graduated class in 96. She taught my older cousins that graduated like in the early 80s and stuff like that. And then she taught my younger cousins that like graduated high school in the 2000s. And so she touched these people over all these generations. And every single person had the same great story about her, Miss Reed. So that would be the one not related to me. Rest in peace, Miss Reed. I love you.
Well, I wrote something down. I said, I think that the biggest thing a Black woman can give us is not just being a Black mother or a wife, but it's unapologetically you. I said, you launch a spaceship into space, you raise the presidents, and you have to hold it down for an entire community. And so just collectively, you. But I'll say this too, Christina and Kim. So they know their relationships with me. Kim and I, we have a great relationship. It's not love, hate, although there has been a moment of hatred there when I wanted to whoop her. Hey, mama, mute your phone real quick. Let me say this word, and then you can unmute it. But then when I went off to college, my Kim in college was Christina. And Christina, I'm telling you, I was getting ready to go on a camping trip. And for college, it was a college camping trip. And she was like, so what do you have? And I was like, what do you mean? She said, do you have a sleeping bag? I said, no. She said, well, I got one for you. She said, do you have any food for the nights when you camp out? I said, no. Come back in the morning. I got something for you. She said, do you have this? Do you have that? And I know a person who's going on that same camping trip. Here's her information. She took care of me. That's just one moment, but I can tell you 2 years of Christina taking care of me. So I'm going to use those two. Kim, it's on you.
So I know y'all gonna think that I'm sucking up, but I'm just being real, okay? My mother is an absolute amazing woman. She's taught me so many different things, y'all. She's a hardworking woman. She's talked to me. She's listened to me. She's let me cry on her shoulder. But she's not the person that I want to highlight. I have to say Deborah Goodson. And I'm saying Deborah because Deborah has been so instrumental in my life. All the way from since I was about 7 years old. We moved on the block, the same block that Anthony and them lived on when I was 7. And so she started a Bible study whenever I was 10 and summoned everybody in my class to where we were going every single Thursday to their house to have Bible study. So I want to highlight Deborah Goodson as well tonight because she instilled the Lord in me. You know, I was going to church, but I didn't know how to study the Bible. And just recently, I joined her Bible study online. And I don't know how she's done it, but 30 years later, how can she make me crave the word of God still? So, and her teaching, I've cried on her shoulder. I've gone to her with my problems throughout the years. I could not talk to her for 5 or 6 years, but I know I can always show up at her doorstep and be welcomed in. So that is who has been instrumental in my life. I've got some amazing women in my life.
Are you saying that Miss Goodson is responsible for how you are right now?
Don't do that. Don't do
that.
I can't.
You know, I still hear her voice. I'm telling you, it's hard. Someone has made an impact when you still hear their voice at 43.
Side note, the reason I haven't been at the Bible study is because your son has been sending those email links to an email that I haven't used since 1996 that I didn't even give to him. I don't even know how he got it. Okay.
But I also want to end. What I've got to say with something very special. And the guys on this show know that I've been talking about this. It's kind of a hidden talent that I have. It's something that I do to release, and that's write poems. And so, hey, stop it!
This is for you, Leonard.
Leonard, bippity boppity boop, whatever your name is on Facebook. Leonard, this is for you. Dickie, this is for you. Ace, this is for you. And Eric, this is for you if you are tuning in. And the name of this poem is Embrace, because I feel like we all need a hug. You know, we all need a hug. We all need someone to embrace us, and we also need to embrace the Black women that we are. Mm-hmm. Say yes. Yes to you. Yes to your color. For God made you alone, like no other. Push out the negativity. Grind. Work hard, do the right thing, and encourage one another. Break generational curses with your children. Be the best daughter, the best aunt, the best niece. Be the best mother. Praise your mother, for there will never be another. Know your worth. Demand your respect. Claim the number one spot. You are one of few who can empathize with the struggles of a Black man. So love that brother. Don't get it twisted. We want respect, support, friendship, and a partnership reciprocated. In my Prince voice, I want to be your lover, not just undercovers, and definitely not undercover. You see, God has equipped us with the bravery of Ruth, the patience of Rachel and Sarah, the faithfulness of Hannah, the influence of Eve, fair judgment of Deborah, courage of Esther, generosity of Priscilla. And while everyone else in this world will tell us to fake it till we make it, and we're going to stand up, be transparent, remain humble, take the good with the bad, and embrace it.
Wow.
You know what? I'm inspired.
Don't you wish you were a woman right now? Hey, before we get to Ace, Kaylene, tell us what you got going. Tell us all about what you have. And ladies and gentlemen, please support Kaylene.
Okay, so
excuse me.
Look at y'all, hey. All right, so y'all know really. That's how I started my show. So I am Kaylene. I'm an independent consultant with Paparazzi Accessories. I joined the business at the end of January, and like y'all, okay, so like I really didn't want to go live. It took me a whole 30 days to build up the courage to go live because I had never been live on Facebook before ever, right? Anyway, I did it, and like I absolutely love. Like, can I keep me off me in front of my little camera? But Paparazzi is some absolutely fabulous $5 jewelry. Everything is nickel and lead free. You don't have no skin allergies and all that kind of stuff with this. You don't get it wet though, because it might change a couple of colors. Or something. People be expecting too much out of $5 jewelry. Like, don't wash your hands in there. Put that in your pocket right quick. Just stuff on right. But it is absolutely amazing. The journey that I've been on is nothing that I ever expected. I literally signed up to get a discount on my jewelry because I was buying so much jewelry, and that kind of turned into like something like major for me. I'm grossing a real nice chunk of change every month, which puts residual income back into my home. You know, like I have a really good job. I get paid very well at my job. However, like what I profit every month is more than most people make in a month. So I like the money. But there's also like a really good sisterhood. My uplines are absolutely amazing. It's faith-based, so that definitely worked out for me because y'all know I'm a straight church girl. And so it worked out for me. I currently lead a team of 5. I have 5. I personally signed 4, and then one of my people signed a person, so I have 5 people on my team. But it's absolutely amazing. And then that's like extra money too. I get paid off everything they do. Like
Hey.
So,
all right.
you know, but it's absolutely amazing. I'm always looking for team members. If y'all need something else to do, holla at your girl.
There you go. Kaylene Ward Guillory. Check her out on Facebook.
Yes, find me.
Hey, yo, Ace, who do we have on the show next week?
I'm discussing the topics that have to deal with the Black family. You know the food or the drink is good when the person says swallow instead of swallow. We're going to have an interview with librarians with Tourette syndrome. And the name of the show is going to be titled Breaking the Rules. And we will have their mics muted most of the time. Married couples that swing at the playground. Are they confused or just risk takers? Giggity, giggity. We'll see how that goes. You know,
Adrian The Ace Stinson and the rest of the rebrandUS crew live Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Central on YouTube and Instagram at rebrandUS Podcast, Facebook at rebrandUS, or rebrandUS.org.
I work too hard. Look, I work too hard for this stuff, man.
Hey, yo, Ace, what you got for us next week?
Hey, well, next week I went out, hit the streets, and did some interviewing. And in honor of rebrandHER, I decided I was going to keep it going. So next week we're going to have a nice group of young ladies on the show. So we're going to actually have skinny women with thick forearms. We ask them, where you getting the strength from?
Popeye?
Yeah, just the skinny. They got them thick forearms and stuff. Like they just been lifting stuff. So we're just gonna interview them. How's that journey been for them? How's it affecting them as far as like different clothes, different styles. Certain styles they can't wear. It's stretching out right there.
Well, hey, look, let's go to our guest real quick. Great show, Anthony. I'm very proud of you, Kaylene Ward Guillory. All right, that was Pamitra Hatley, aka the former Pamitra Bailey. Yeah. Please tell me Ace does stand up. Please tell me Ace does stand up. That's funny. That's funny. Now he's better here than on the stage, from what I understand. I heard he went to the stage and it just didn't. That's why he's here. But anyway, I want to say thank you to our guest, Christina. You're not a guest anymore.
Yes.
You're a regular.
Thank you.
Kaylene, you are more than welcome to come back anytime. I think our ratings has gone up because Kaylene was on. We even got one. She's married. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there because one of our first people said that. What did he say? The smile is heavenly. So I just want to throw that out there. I'm gonna let Kim. You got any last words, Kim?
I just want to say I think this show was great, and I think all us as Black women are great. Just continue to do what God created and put you here on this earth to do. Live up to your potential. Do the absolute most. I know they say that we do the most. Do it. Just do it. Thank you, Kaylene, for coming on. It's so good to see your pretty face and your pretty smile again. We go way back. Christina, I've just met you virtually. And we are. I just love you already. So thank you for coming on. Yeah. And I have enjoyed tonight. I really have. Thank you for being on the debut of rebrandHER.
Yeah, glad to be here.
And I wanted to say one last thing, and then we'll leave. Jennifer Lewis says, "Not even me can stop me." She said, "I gave up many times, but I didn't quit. You got to be in it to win it." See y'all next week.
Hey, yo, Ace, who do we have on the show next week?
What are our superpowers? We are clothed in capes of many. Counselors, self-sufficient women, the epitome of strength.
It's more than just a podcast. It's a movement. And there's no us without her.